चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतां स्वकथः कृष्णपुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृदयन्तोऽस्तो ह्यभद्राणि विदुनोति श्रुतिसताम्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, verses 12 to 14. Verse 12. Maitreya Uvacha Prutu Prajanam Karunam Nishamya Paridevitam Drigham Dadayu Kurukshetra Nimittam So Anva Padayata. Translation. After hearing this lamentation and seeing the pitiable condition of the citizens, King Prithu contemplated this matter for a long time to see if he could find out the underlying causes. Text 13. Iti vyavasito buddhaya pragrihita sarasanah sanadadahe vishikaham bhumiha krudhas tripuraha yataha. Translation. Having arrived at conclusion, the king took up his bow and arrow and aimed them at the earth, exactly like Lord Shiva, who destroys the whole world out of anger. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Prithu found out the cause for the scarcity of food grains. He could understand that it was not the people's fault, for they were not lazy in executing their duties. Rather, the earth was not producing sufficient food grains. This indicates that the earth can produce sufficiently if everything is properly arranged, but sometimes the earth can refuse to produce food grains for various reasons. The theory that there is a scarcity of food grains due to an increase of population is not a very sound theory. There are other causes that enable the earth to produce profusely or to stop producing. King Prithu found out the proper causes and took the necessary steps immediately. Text 14. प्रवेपमानधारणी निसंयोधयायुधं च तं गौ सत्य अपाद्रवाद्भितः मृगिवा मृगायुधृत. Translation. When the earth saw that the king Prithu was taking his bow and arrow to kill her, she became very much afraid and began to tremble. She then began to flee, exactly like a deer which runs very swiftly when followed by a hunter. Being afraid of King Prithu, she took the shape of a cow and began to run. Purport. Just as a mother produces various children, both male and female, the womb of Mother Earth produces all kinds of living entities in various shapes. Thus, it is possible for Mother Earth to take on innumerable shapes. At this time, in order to avoid the wrath of King Prithu, she took the shape of a cow. Since a cow is never to be killed, Mother Earth thought it is wise to take the shape of a cow in order to avoid King Prithu's arrows. King Prithu, however, could understand this fact and therefore he did not stop chasing the cow-shaped earth. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desha Chatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. I like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. So we have seen in the previous verses how the citizens approach King Prithu and request for his help and save them from the hunger as Mother Earth was not giving them sufficient food grains. So here in these verses we see Maharaj Prithu gets angry at the earth just because she is not fulfilling the citizens of his kingdom by providing sufficient food grains. As he looks into deeper, he realizes that there is no fault from the citizens and it is Mother Earth for not performing her duty. The earth is also a demigoddess as described in Vedic scriptures, that ultimately behind everything there is a person in charge. So here Mother Earth was in charge of producing sufficient food grains provided if she is properly given happiness and pleasure by performing the necessities yajnas. So nothing happens by itself. Nothing happens even without supervision. The ultimate supervisor, overseer, and controller of everything is Lord Krishna. Material nature is working under his direction, as we have studied in Bhagavad Gita. In first, I think in the first three chapters of or second three chapters where we talk about his inferior energy, and he says that all energies are controlled by him, and we all are acting under his superintendence under his order. Both living and non-living entities are acting and moving according to his direction. So Lord Krishna is the ultimate controller. However, he is also the expert manager. So in management, we all learn how to delegate properly to find the right kind of representative who can manage everything and look into the task of distributing the work appropriately. And for this, the right kind of people are chosen to do the right kind of work in the right kind of way. So also Krishna sees that there are many devotees of his who need engagement that is appropriate to their mentality, to their abilities. So he then empowers them to do a particular function so that the administration of the universe can go on smoothly. That's why we have presiding deity on to the various great five elements. So Mother Earth is one of them. It is not that Krishna needs someone to help him. He is completely capable of doing everything, just merely by his very thought. There are many energies always at the beck and call of the Supreme Lord. Nevertheless, because he has all different devotees, he likes to see that they're happily engaged in his service. So, according to the level of their spiritual evolution, after many lifetimes within this world, devotees are looking for suitable opportunities. So, according to their particular status and their evolution and their nature, Krishna engages them in their different capabilities, not only in the human species on the earth planet, but also in the whole universe. And everything the universe has some person behind it, so that every planet has a residing deity or god who is supposed to oversee the smooth functioning of the affairs on that planet. So practically, we also see here that every devotees are engaged in the service of Krishna in one or the other way, as stated, based on their status and of the evolution of the spiritual life. So, in the previous verse, the citizens have approached the king and they described how hungry they were and they wanted his help. And they said that he is the avatar of the Lord, so please protect us. Whenever there is a complaint, it is the duty of the responsible person to hear the complaint and act upon it. It is not always an easy task for anyone who is responsible. He must be willing to hear and act. That is one of the greatest quality of a good leader. So here King Prithu was aware of his responsibilities towards his citizens. So when he saw they were so aggrieved because of hunger, he took them very seriously. So he pondered the matter and understood what the problem was. Although what the problem was not stated, maybe eventually in further verses we may realize what the problem was, but it requires a very clear intelligence and knowledge to understand what is the cause of the problem. Even in our day to day life, when there is a problem, we try to find the root cause of the problem to address it so that there is further corrective and preventive actions taken once the root cause of the problem is known. So we see the same thing here. King Prutu, he takes time to understand what the problem was and why Mother Earth was not providing sufficient food grains, although his citizens were fulfilling all the duties for Mother Earth by performing the yajnas. Well, planet Earth is prefixed as Mother Earth as she takes care of all living entities on this planet. Mother Earth is very pleased due to the existence of Dharma. So, if exists and practiced, there is no question of Mother being not happy. She provides everything profusely. However, as time goes on, sin or vice is introduced into the lives of people. And now, being in Kali Yuga, there is no question of dharma prevailing predominantly rather than sin. So, committing sins causes imbalance to occur, and Mother Earth starts to feel pain. We see that we are exploiting Mother Earth very to such an extent that not only sufficing with minimal requirements, we try to exploit by digging deep into her to exploit all her natural resources. And that's why we already see the imbalances practically at this scenario, such as global warming and many other natural disasters happening quite frequently. This is all the reason for disturbing the Mother Earth. So one should respect Mother Earth and treat her nicely as she takes care of all of us and provides food in a timely manner. However, we will see in the future verses why Mother Earth being chastised by King Prutu, even though citizens have not committed any sinful activities. So it's also stated here that why Mother Earth took the form of a cow. Mother Earth being very intelligent, and when she realized she is been going to be chastised by King Prutu, and out of the fear she wanted to escape, she, as been told, Mother Earth, since she takes care of all living entities in different various forms, so she is capable of taking any form, and she decides to take the form of a cow, as cow is treated to be a very humble animal and not to be killed by anyone in the Vedic scriptures. So she intelligently takes the form of a cow so that she can escape from the wrath of King Prutus. But however, King Prutu showing an exemplification of a perfect leader, even though if 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 the cow is not supposed to be killed, but if the cow is not fulfilling the duties what one's supposed to do, it has to be punished. So I stop here for today's